Speaking of Caleb Williams, has Caleb Williams been snubbed? This came to my attention late last week, and I wanted to talk about it now, but Seth Walden, an ESPN writer, he released an article called The Top 100 Real NFL MVP Candidates for the 2025 season, and this is basically, in my view, like a list of the top 100 players. It's not the same thing, you know, and the NFL has a separate top 100 that they put out before the next season starts. So like come August, September, there'll be another one of these top 100 lists, but this was like a postseason edition.
Okay. That
Seth did for ESPN only. He put out this list and it got quite a bit of attention in Chicagoland because according to this list, Caleb Williams is not one of the top 100 NFL MVP candidates.
Is he on the list
for
at all?
Just this past season alone?
Oh, okay. Is he on the list at all?
He's not on the list of 100.
Okay, so he's below 100. Okay, gotcha.
He's below 100, and our guy Pete Martuniak, again from Sports Illustrated, he caught wind of this, and he wrote an article called Caleb Williams, an outrageous snub from ESPN's top 100 list. The quarterback decisions made for this list are indefensible without Caleb Williams. So part of the problem that people are having with this list, as Pete enunciated so well here with his headline and his subheadline, is basically that it's not so much that Caleb Williams isn't on the list of top 100 MVP candidates, top 100. But that some of the other players who are
questionable
are like, wait, what are we doing here?
Okay.
So this is Pete's article. Let's get into it. The NFL announced the MVP finalists on Thursday, and not surprisingly, no one from the Chicago Bears made the final five. They had a good run and appear primed for an even better season in 2026. But the fact is that no one, not even Caleb Williams, played at a level deserving of the MVP award. At the same time, Seth Walden, an NFL analyst for ESPN, released his annual list of the top 100 real NFL MVP candidates, an exercise that he says is done to offer praise to some very deserving players. And I should say, you know, this list of 100 players, there are two Bears on it, and one of them is offensive lineman Joe Thuney, for example. So it's not just quarterbacks, is what I'm trying to say. Most of Walden's list makes sense. Quarterbacks Drake May and Matthew Stafford are near the top, and Puka Nacua and Myles Garrett round up the top 10. These players all had fantastic seasons and deserve their ranking. There is, however, one bizarre omission from Walden's top 100 list, and that is Caleb Williams, as we already said. Here's a second headline in the middle of the article. Despite his flaws, Caleb Williams is already a top quarterback. And here's what it says. I'm not here to tell you that Williams deserved to win the actual MVP award or that he should have been near the top of Walden's list, but leaving him off the top 100 entirely is indefensible after the kind of season Williams had. He set an NFL record for fewest interceptions thrown through a player's first 1,000 pass attempts. The 2025 Bears were known as the Cardiac Bears, thanks in large part to Williams' unbelievable fourth quarter heroics. His touchdown to Cole Kmet in the divisional round to force overtime was not only the wildest throw of the year, but it's being talked about as one of the greatest postseason passes of all time. The snub gets even more outrageous when you look at the quarterbacks who made the cut ahead of Williams. I'm supposed to believe that Brock Purdy and CJ Stroud, whose teams went 5-3 and 3-1 respectively during their long injury absences, were more valuable than Williams? How many games would the Bears have won had an injury sidelined Williams for 4 or more weeks? Sam Darnold made the list, despite finishing with a lower QBR than Williams. Where's the reasoning for that? Well, I mean, I could argue right now he's the NFC champion, so he's leading them into the Super Bowl. I will say that. And he looked pretty damn good. But I get it. He has like a little wishy-washiness to him, too, where we don't see that Sam Darnold every week.
Right.
What about Lamar Jackson and Baker Mayfield, who could not lead their teams to the playoffs despite playing in weak divisions? Is Williams less valuable than Daniel Jones, who started to unravel halfway through the year and just before a season-ending injury? It seems that despite winning the NFC North and pulling off an unbelievable comeback victory over the Green Bay Packers in the wildcard round, the Bears' tax is still alive and well at ESPN. Hopefully, that heartbreaking end to the season pushes Williams to be even greater in 2026, and that this is the last time he's not a consensus pick as one of the NFL's top quarterbacks. So yeah, that's the little article about the snub job from our guy, Pete Martuniak. What do you think, Nika? Do you agree? Was Caleb Williams snubbed from the top 100 list here?
I think he was snubbed.
Yeah?
He definitely elevated the Bears team this season. He carried the team a lot of times in the fourth quarter, to a win.
It feels like a snub, when you first look at it. And I don't know if I agree with the Sam Darnold comparison, but CJ Stroud and Baker Mayfield, being put on here above Caleb Williams, especially because I saw Caleb Williams get better as the season went along.
That's true.
Like the week 16 and 17 Caleb Williams quarterback that we saw out on the field was not necessarily the same week 2 quarterback that we saw in Detroit for the Bears, for example. So it was good to see him grow through the regular season and into the postseason. And yet I still feel like some people just have this bias against him that's never going to fade away until he wins either a Super Bowl or an MVP award himself and just shuts up all the doubters.
Still not going to shut all the doubters. There's always going to be a fraction of people like,
Absolutely. Do you think that the argument that he makes about having the fewest interceptions and the fourth quarter comebacks and the spectacular plays, do you think that that's enough to put somebody in like MVP conversation? And I guess when you're talking about a sport like football where there's 53 players on your roster and 22 starters, the top 100 gets pretty short pretty quick, and we're talking about MVP, most valuable to your team.
Yes, and I would say Caleb should have been on that list.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was a big oversight here by Seth, and
it's coming from ESPN. What'd you expect?
Well, I wanted to bring that up. You bring up a great point. Let's not all forget, everybody, that this is the same place that started the whole Seth Wickersham book release with the excerpt that made Caleb out to be some bad guy who wanted to go play for the Vikings the day after ESPN announced their Monday night season opener would be the Vikings at the Bears. Tell me that wasn't done on purpose, everybody. So keep that in mind. Then you also have Caleb Williams apparently snubbing Joe Buck and Troy Aikman and the Monday Night Football team twice this year, saying that he would show up for an interview and didn't, and they seem to hold that against him a little bit. He mentions the Bears tax in here. I don't know if it's limited to just that or all the years where the Bears kind of got made fun of for not being able to have a quarterback. And now that we finally got one, I think it drives some people a little bit batty, or it makes them a little bit angry inside, like that they don't have this narrative anymore.
Well, okay. It's ESPN.
Exactly. And so I guess when you take all that coupled together, I guess I'm not surprised. And yet I wanted to end this by saying I'm actually quite happy about this, because I feel like Caleb Williams is the type of person that will get wind of this. He will know about this already.
Of course.
And I guarantee you that it's just more motivation for a highly motivated individual. Caleb Williams, if you don't know, now you know, is highly motivated, everybody. He wants to be good.
Yes.
And just because some people think that he's not and never going to be good is not going to stop him from not wanting to be good. This is just motivation. Everyone that snubs or disses Caleb Williams or talks negatively about him in the media, he knows. And wouldn't surprise me if he keeps like a little file folder of bulletin board material, like, who we playing this week? Oh, the Packers, huh? Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. Running your mouth about this. Okay. I don't know. Just the great ones. Let me tell you this. The great athletes, the great people who have succeeded in sports, they find motivation. It's
Absolutely.
Part of their core DNA, folks. They will even invent motivation sometimes that doesn't even exist. And you'll be like, what? What happened?
Yes. That's a very good point.
Absolutely. So don't give them any extra,
Well, maybe he wants extra. That's fine.
I mean, you can give it to him, but just don't be mad then when he throws for 5,000 plus yards next season and you have no choice but to acknowledge
it.
Be like, well, Caleb Williams is now the first player to just make his debut in the top 10 of the NFL MVP list next year. Predictions, Seth. Get ready to write it. Get ready, because if you don't, and he puts up those numbers, we'll definitely know you're full of shit then.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Well, I enjoyed this article. Thank you again, Pete, for the great writings you do. I'm sure we will find more of your off-season articles to highlight here on the Kenikka Sports
Keep on
channel.
bringing them.
Indeed. That's all we got for this Caleb Williams outrageous snub job. But let us know what you think in the comments below. Was Caleb snubbed, or was he correctly left off of this list? Let us know what you think in the comments below, everybody.
Thank you.
Curious.